Hey, Leo, Mel, Intuitive Coach here. Excited to bring in your August 2025 love and family reading. If you are interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, Leo, and happy birthday to those of you sun sign Leos out there. It does look like you are unlocking perhaps a part of your heart. This could be something that was unavailable to you, now is becoming evident that there's something fresh blossoming. It feels like you have been working hard on yourself. You've been doing a lot of inner work, reflection, and you've also been taking what you've learned in the past and you've been applying it constructively to your future or to your present. So I do see here with the padlock and the wheel coming up together, it feels like you are unlocking a new version of yourself or a relationship that you didn't have access to in the past. You have clarity now around a situation. So bottom of the deck, look at that. You have the Four of Wands. This is celebratory energy, and I'm actually hearing the revving of an engine. Now, some of you, this is like a motorcycle. I'm actually seeing a leather jacket as well. Some of you could own a leather jacket, or perhaps someone you are connecting to rides like a motorcycle. Perhaps they work on vehicles in some way, or maybe they own or wear a leather jacket. Please take that as it resonates. It could also represent, a bit of rebellion. It could be where you're breaking out of the old and you're embracing this new side of things, new side of yourself, or you're experiencing, a side to someone that maybe you haven't been able to fully tap into. And there's something quite celebratory showing up here for you. I mean, of course, it could be birthday energy, but some of you, this is marriage, it's soulmate. This is number 4, and it represents the 1111 energy. You could be seeing ones quite often. Some of you are also tapping into your tribe, your stability, your foundation. This is about cooperation and support. And it just feels like there's a lot more harmony coming in this month than maybe there's been in the past, because the Four of Wands can be about taking a look at what and where and whom our support systems, where they come from, what do they mean, what beliefs do I have around them. And you see that these two are engaging in heartfelt connections here, maybe through dance, maybe through ceremony. Some of you could even be participating in an event. Now, right behind the Four of Wands is the Ace of Pentacles. So this is a fresh start. There is a new beginning coming in here for you, something that does feel more solid, more aligned. Now, some of you could even be getting like engaged, or you may be taking a relationship to the next level. It feels like there has been some challenge, some difficulty that you have gone through in the past here, but I feel like you've planted the seeds towards a new beginning, and there is a sweet surprise here coming in for you. Some of you, there is going to be a surprise celebration. I don't want to ruin it here for you, but I definitely see something blossoming. Now, again, because the padlock is there, some of you were not maybe emotionally or mentally available to this energy in the past, or someone that you had wanted to connect with, or maybe love in general just felt very locked up, like there's nobody out there, or I'm just not connecting to anyone. I really feel like you hold the key here in the month of August. That 8-8 portal is going to be a big one where you are moving forward. That wheel is starting to spin in your favor. Things are starting to progress after going through some extreme, lows and maybe some challenges. Now, the owl here is about clarity. Now, some of you could even be seeing the owl. Maybe this is your animal totem. Some of you could be seeing an animal in the wild, maybe an owl in the wild. Maybe this is showing up on social media. Some of you could even come across a video of a baby owl. So please take that as it resonates, Leo. But I do feel like you are aware, you're seeing things from all different angles, and you're seeing through the dark, through the shadow, as owls are nocturnal. They do most of their hunting at night. So I feel like you are also making some moves at night is what I'm getting here. So some of you could be more active in the nighttime energies as well, but it doesn't feel like it's because of sleepless nights. It feels like there may be some more adventures or events that could be keeping you awake a bit later than your usual bedtime. Now, bottom of the deck, well, there we have the sweet surprise. So I mentioned that earlier, there could be a surprise invitation here, or there is some sort of, event that shows up, but this feels really good. It feels like this is a blessing for you. So I am liking that energy. So let's dive into your tarot, Leo. You have the Chariot. Now, I hope I haven't said Cancer. I hope I haven't called you Cancer, but I am feeling that energy strong. And this could be why, because this is Cancer's major arcana. And with this Chariot, things are progressing and moving forward quite quickly for you. So if this is a chapter of your life that you're finally unlocking when it comes to relationships, when it comes to love, when it comes to family or even friendships, I feel like things, move quickly. Some of you could be traveling. The Chariot is the card of travel. Someone could even have dogs. You see that this woman is out there walking, her two dogs. It looks like one of the dogs here has some wheels as feet. So maybe there is a handicap, okay? Or someone maybe that you meet or connect to, they could have some sort of a handicap. But I feel like you are enjoying the fresh air. You're enjoying, the movement, and maybe something else starts to really shift for you and take place by autumn. Because you see in the background that the leaves are falling off of the trees, and she's in this bright orange energy. So even though this is an August reading for you, it feels like this momentum carries into fall time here in the Northern Hemisphere. That's September, October, November. So it feels like something does progress quickly over the next 3 to 4 months. So this is really beautiful, Leo. I feel like you are growing, you're excited. Some of you are traveling. You could be meeting people while you are about, out and about. Maybe some of you are walking your animals. You could be connecting to other people who are, walking their pets as well, or while they are traveling. I'm also getting like room and board. Maybe you are boarding a pet, or you're staying in, it could be like an Airbnb. Some of you are leaving the city. You can see that there's a city in the background, but it looks like she's coming into a space that feels more, more peaceful, more wooded, maybe more nature. So I like this. It looks like you're moving forward in matters of love. Some of you are traveling to be near family, maybe visiting a parent or visiting a child. Perhaps you are going to some sort of event. I keep getting that, like an event. Maybe it's a music festival, a concert. It could be a wedding. All right. You could even meet someone at a wedding with that Four of Wands. Maybe it's not your own wedding, but there could be, maybe a family member that you haven't seen for quite some time. Maybe this is, a new love connection. It feels like there's music, laughter, food. It feels like fun times and celebratory energy here. Maybe a birthday party for you. Now, what is the challenge? What is the emotion, the expectation, or even the tension? You do have the Empress here. The Empress as a challenge can sometimes overgive to the point where she feels depleted, where she, feels like it's important to nurture and take care of and mother everybody else, but sometimes at a cost or at an expense where, she feels a little bit wore out. So it is so very important for you, Leo, to nurture your beautiful self. Now, sometimes the Empress energy can try to control situations. She can be like an overbearing or overprotective mother. Now, that may not resonate for every one of you, but some of you could be healing or dealing with mother issues. Perhaps you are working on reparenting yourself. And for some of you, there may be some parenting struggles or dynamics that you are going through. Now, of course, the Empress has a pregnant belly. So some of you could be fertile, perhaps pregnant. There could even be news of pregnancy that shows up in the family, and it may have happened all of a sudden. Okay, there could be some quick news towards a new beginning. I also am seeing here some of you, this is for a very small percentage. You may have an adult child, or there may be a sibling or a family member that is making some life choices that you don't necessarily agree with, and something could be happening quite quickly. But I feel like you are meant to support, not judge, because they have their own life experience that they're going through, and you can be a support system. You can offer advice, but ultimately they must learn, they must fail, they must, evolve in the ways that they are meant to. Okay. Now, what is going on in the subconscious? The Ten of Pentacles. Family is so very important to you, Leo. And I do feel like family structures are being reintroduced in your life in some way, meaning there could be blended families here. Some of you may have, a child in your home that's not biologically yours. For others of you, maybe you were adopted. Perhaps you grew up with one parent, or a grandparent had raised you. It feels like family, again, is very significant, but you may have had to restructure what family looks like, because it's not always blood. And I also see here that this is something you want at your core. You want to feel this belonging. You want to feel this connection. You want to feel this tribe energy. And I feel like that's what you are moving into. That's what you are moving into with that Chariot. Now, in the recent past, you have had your heart broken, like many of us will at some point or another, most likely all of us at some point or another. And the Three of Swords can be that you have brought up some unresolved, maybe emotional pain that has caused you to not be able to trust. Maybe that's the realignment here of the family structures, because subconsciously something may have occurred as a child, or you may have witnessed growing up, or perhaps there was something behind the scenes that you didn't fully understand in that state that you were in, or at the age that you were in. And I feel like you now see things through the eyes of awareness. You're taking accountability to heal those parts of yourself, those wounds. And I've been talking a lot, Leo, about, the energy showing up here. Leo, you especially may be noticing some of those old wounds resurfacing, but that's not a bad thing, because you have the ability to feel it this time around and really take an inventory and say, okay, what can I choose differently? How can I feel it? How can I release it and let it go? And so you're now making choices. You're now, thinking and choosing from a place of heart, not from a wound, or at least that is something you are starting to ask yourself. Am I communicating from my wound? Am I reacting from my wound, or is this from my heart? So allow some of those, unresolved past energies to come up, which it looks like you have. This is the past, okay? Recent past here. But what is showing up in your conscious awareness? What you know or what you want? There's the Wheel of Fortune. So you actually have the wheel showing up twice. Forward momentum, forward movement here. You have the Chariot, the fastest moving energy here in tarot. So Leo, something is happening quickly for you. And some of you, you feel like your time is ticking, because the hourglass here is represented by divine timing. And sometimes we have expectations of things. We want them in the timing that we want them. But what we don't always see is Spirit is working magic behind the scenes. We are asked to trust in our intuitive knowing. The Wheel of Fortune is a turning point where Spirit is setting you up to be at the right place at the right time, to connect, to your tribe, to be at that right spot, to maybe meet a new love, or for you to hold this time that you have maybe with a loved one who may not have much longer here on earth. It feels like this is a very spiritually aligned time in your life. And I do see here that you're getting clarity around what's important, around that 10 of Pentacles, because the 10 of Pentacles is legacy. It is family ties, family drama even. It can be possessions and status that has blocked genuine connections. I feel like that's not what you stand for. You don't want that to block or get in the way of formulating these important connections. You understand that, it has to do with support and respect and authenticity and honesty. And that's what's changing here for you. Now, what's showing up in the near future, what's emerging? Well, we see something happening quickly through divine timing, but then we allow ourselves to embrace the peace that this change is bringing. So instead of, this forward momentum taking you to the next level quickly, then we get to revel in the vastness of it. Then we get to soak it in and enjoy every moment, because this Knight of Coins, this is the slowest moving knight. But I have a feeling that you're okay with that, because you want to spend as much time as you can soaking up the things in life, the people in life, the, adventures, the heartfelt connections that matter, because life is gone in the blink of an eye sometimes, right? And it feels like you want things to slow down a bit. You want there to be more peace and more abundance. You want to soak up the memories and experiences. That's what I feel that's happening here in the near future. Let's take a look at you. How are you doing? What is your emotional availability, your openness? Oh, you are open. You have Gemini's energy of love. This is the Lovers. So the Lovers is all about choices from the heart, not from our wounds. This is about you making a conscious choice to allow love into your energy, to create balance, to fall in love. The falling in love is easy. We do that quickly, right? That's what I see. Some of you are falling in love and then maintaining that love. That's the Knight of Pentacles showing up here, where there's definitely the potential or opportunity to reignite for two souls to come together. It feels like a very loving embrace. And even though there has been some sort of heartache or heartbreak in the past, I feel like you're not letting that close your heart off to love. Okay, you're not letting the past pain close you off from what you truly want on a deep core level. And you want that 10 of Pentacles. All right, so you're definitely open to love. I see that here. Let's take a look at the external influences, family, society, collective, maybe friendships around you. You're in a great supportive place. You have people that support you. You have people that may support your relationships. This is the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles, she's worked hard to get to where she's at in life. She is very stable and secure within who she is. She could be a homemaker. She may be someone who loves to spend time in nature, maybe in her garden. She may love to create concoctions. She's very creative, playing with the herbs there, using natural medicine, alternative therapies. I feel like you are also working on healing the body, healing the mind, healing the spirit, and you're using all of the resources that you know to live and lead and create a life that feels aligned for you. Leo, you're exactly where you are meant to be. And I see here that the support system that you either have or are calling in with this Ace of Pentacles, the Four of Wands, this is a support system that you will have for the rest of your life, right? The rest of your life. It feels like this is long lasting. It feels like this is secure. This is a beautiful support system. So even though externally at times there have been those heartbreaks, I feel like you're forgiving. I feel like there's a strong energy around you of forgiveness. Now, forgiveness doesn't mean that you have to allow someone back into your life. So, some of you could be, right? There could be a turning point between you and another. But I feel like this forgiveness is offering you sweet release. Now, what is your hopes, your fears, your wounds? The Strength. There's your major arcana. This is the 8-8 portal, Leo's energy here. Some of you could have like African descent or roots. You see the beautiful giraffes there in the background and the lions. You have the family here of lions. You have the baby and you have, the sister and the mama and the daddy. So it feels like there is like a strength in generations. Some of you could be healing generational patterns. Now the strength is about overcoming difficulty, facing fears, especially around self-doubt and the need to escape, the need to fight, the need to flight. You're more in control of your emotions. You're more in control of your behaviors, your responses, your life. And it's because you've done the work, right? You've done the work. And that's the hope, is that you can continue choosing to be strong. Now, what does it mean to continue to be strong? Sometimes it means to continue being vulnerable. As Brene Brown puts it, vulnerability is our greatest strength. And it's when we close our hearts off to love that strength shows up in reverse, right? It's when we forget that we are compassionate beings, when we stop loving ourselves, when we stop having compassion for ourselves or others. That's when that strength falls into the fears. And I feel like you've learned much in this lifetime about strength. And this strength of yours is going to overcome any fears that you have around love. What's the outcome? We have the Knight of Swords, some swift, quick action, maybe some sudden communication. There could be something that kind of sweeps you off your feet. Knight of Swords is quick, right? He is quick, he's swift, he can be precise, he has a very sharp mind. There may even be a sudden trip that shows up because this is the night of travel. So there could be like a quick weekend getaway that some of you are taking in the month of August. Now, there could even be something that you are moving forward in, like voicing how you feel. Someone could be telling you how they feel. And I feel like there is a lot of important communication that is clearing up any sort of confusion, any sort of, fog. That's why the owl is here, bringing in clarity. So Leo, I am loving this for you. You might start talking to someone out of the blue. It could even be at the most random place. It could be while you were out, kayaking on a lake. You come up to another kayaker, start having a conversation. Believe it or not, I do that often on my paddleboard. I'll be out in the lake or I'll be out on the river and I'll just strike up a conversation with other passerbyers. And I've even exchanged information and made some new girlfriends. So don't limit yourself to where friendships and where love can show up in your life, because it can happen on a whim. It can happen unexpectedly. It can happen out of the blue. I'm also getting here the name Mark or Marcus could be significant here. Okay. Some of you could even live or be traveling near like a place that has Mark in its name. Okay. I know that sounds strange. I can't even think of, a place that could resemble that, but maybe Mark is in the name of a place or a location or even a street. All right. So let's get a message from the wisdom of the oracle. What do you have here, Leo? What is going on for you in matters of the heart? What do you need to know? Time to go. Yeah, there's definitely something that you are leaving behind. I feel like you're leaving behind the Three of Swords. Some of you may be 45 years old. Perhaps 45 is a significant age, but it feels like you are leaving behind the old wounds, the old hurts, and you're moving into something that feels much more aligned with that beautiful soul of yours. This is endings. This is completions. walking away from something because there's nothing left to learn, right? You are advancing. You are getting clarity. This is about you moving forward. And that could even be the padlock. Maybe there has been a situation that you have learned everything you needed to, and now you get to close it up. Now you hold the key and you get to lock that padlock and say, all right, I'm moving forward here in my life. You may be at the end of a journey, not quite yet begun the next. This is the moment to bless your experience this far. And it could be that this is the time of letting go, right? Of knowing that the journey has come to its conclusion. That doesn't mean that anything is lost. Although this card could speak to like the end of a soul contract, it's more about release than destruction. And that's what I'm feeling here. So release and liberation. You know the saying, if you love something, let it go. If it comes back, it's yours. If not, it never was. Endings are always a sign of new beginnings. If you want something deeper, walk away. So that's what's happening here is I feel like, some of you, yes, this could be a relationship that you are leaving behind because you know that you deserve something beautiful. And maybe this happens suddenly. Maybe it happens on a whim. And it's something, though, I feel you've already been thinking about. This isn't something that, you're making a quick, risky, impulsive choice, not with that Knight of Coins here, Knight of Pentacles. That Knight of Pentacles takes calculated risks, typically moves forward after contemplating about something for some time. So I feel if that is you, you've already been thinking about this, and maybe there is something that returns, right? Letting it go. Maybe there's been a period where you've had to nurture yourself, but what's ahead for you is something beautiful. This reminds me of the Eight of Cups. It reminds me of, needing to leave something or someone behind in order to grow because you want more meaning. You want more love. You want there to be reciprocity and you want there to be that family dynamic here that you crave and that you want. You don't want there to be toxic, unhealthy dynamics that are playing out, right? You don't want your mental health, your physical health, your emotional health to constantly feel like you're on pins and needles, right? That you're in that fight or flight with the strength. You've been there before. You don't need that again. And so that's what you are saying goodbye to. You're saying goodbye to any sort of dysfunction that leaves you feeling less than. You are not going to settle for anything less than you deserve. Why? Because you know your worth, Leo. You know your worth. All right, let's get a message here from your crystal spirit. So at this time, if you can safely do so, please close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath in from your solar plexus chakra, your belly area. Nice big inhale through the nose. Hold it for the count of 3, 2, 1, and release through the mouth with a nice deep sigh. And with your eyes still closed, tune into your third eye chakra, the area between your eyebrows and your forehead region. And I want you to imagine the first crystal or gemstone that shows up in your mind's eye. Now your crystal could be familiar. Perhaps you even know the name of it. Your gemstone could be showing up as a specific shape, size, or color. It could be giving off a frequency of unconditional love, strength, support, or protection. And if you need a moment, just pause the video and come back when you are ready. And for those of you that would like to be entered into the free monthly reading giveaway, all you need to do is drop whatever crystal was showing up in your mind's eye in the comment section below the video, whether it's the name, the shape, the size, the color, whatever you are seeing, Leo, in your mind's eye, drop it in the comment section below. All right, we have 5 showing up here for you. Sunstone. This is freedom, right? And I was just picking up on that energy, freedom, breaking through obstacles, the power to overcome limitations, knowing that you can do it. Your past and your wounds do not have to keep you stuck in old patterns. You are free to end your current relationship, start a new one, or transform the partnership to be what you want it to be. While you can never control another person or determine every event or set of circumstances you will experience, you will always have the freedom of choice. This includes the freedom to stop and reconnect with the universe, drawing on the loving support and wisdom that can help you make the best choices for you. Oh my gosh. You guys, is this not a nutshell of your reading so far? This includes the freedom to stop and reconnect with the universe, drawing on the loving support and wisdom that can help you make the best choices. There are no limits on love, no obstacles to receiving that which you hope to experience. Enjoy your freedom, knowing that you have a firm foundation in the love that the conscious universe has for you. Bingo! There's your firm foundation, the 10 of coins. This is in your roots. This is where you come from. Leo, you are someone who has this solid energy. You are someone who does feel very, very solid because you've been taking accountability, right? You've been working hard to get to where you're at. That Queen of Pentacles tells me so. Working with Sunstone helps us release our old emotions to be strong and own our leadership qualities, which do not arise from a place of ego, but from a place of inspired leadership for the highest good of all. Sunstone teaches us to shine authentically and without fear. Beautiful. Because again, are we manifesting from our wounds, from a place of ego? Or from that heart or a place of inspired leadership? That's what Leo energy stands for. And I feel like you are tapping in to something deep within yourself, right? You may be closing the chapter in certain areas of your life, right? You may be putting the padlock on some of those old fears, old wounds, but I feel like you are unlocking something deep within you that allows you to fully step into this feeling of love, this feeling of happiness. This is wonderful. Let's get a final message from your soul. This one came out right away. Wow. Okay, you have soothe. How can you soothe yourself today? What does your body, mind, and soul need? I'm getting cocoa butter. Maybe some of you are literally putting cocoa butter or lotion on your hands or your body as you're listening to this, or maybe your skin smells like sun-kissed. Okay. I'm also getting here taking care of you through, loving up on your body, filling your soul cup today, maybe journaling, taking a bath, crying if you need to, buy yourself flowers, take a nap. Your mantra, Leo: I honor what my mind, body, and soul need because I matter. Yes, you do. You absolutely do. So soothe yourself, your body, your mind, whatever that may look or feel like for you. And then lastly, trust in the wisdom of your soul. You are being led to discover who you really are. Where is your soul leading you? Are you answering the call? When we quiet our mind, we can listen to our inner wisdom and hear our soul's calling. Meditate and listen to the call. You will hear it. It will feel like a soul yes. Unpack it. Write it down. Your mantra: the wisdom of my soul knows the way. I trust in it. Yes, you do. I love this for you. Leo, it is going to be a great month. I feel like you're definitely moving forward here as the wheel says, and you're getting clear about your path. You're getting clear about what you want, what fills your cup. You're getting clear about this soul quenching renewal that you are currently going through. And I certainly see that things may happen quickly for you, but they're happening quickly because they're right on time. And then in the near future, you actually are able to soften into this slower paced energy of enjoying the life that you have and are creating. That is what I have for you, Leo. If you enjoyed the reading, please give it a thumbs up. Feel free to share, like, subscribe, hit that bell if you haven't already. And of course, do drop your crystal spirits in the comment section below the video. Lots of love.